morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a review of a new hexacopter. This is the FQ777 126C Spider from FQ777. As you can see, it's another one of those carrying case / controller type quadcopters. This one is one of the biggest carrying case control quadcopters that I've seen to date. It's pretty big and it's pretty hefty, you know, so it's going to be hard for little hands to hold on to it. So keep that in mind. You know, grown-ups, yeah, this will easily be able to hold it. One thing also I want to mention about the case that I was confused at first, there are 4 batteries in it, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. When I first got this, I did not realize there was 2 on the bottom, and I tried to start up, you know, just using the 2 on the top, and the controller would not start, and the reason was I didn't have all the batteries inserted. So keep in mind, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and the reason I got 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom is this controller also serves as a charger for the little, oh, I'm wrong on that. I thought it did. Oh yes, it does. It does serve as a charger. There's a little charging cable inside the back of the case. In the back of the case, you'll notice you've also got spare parts, prop guards if you want prop guards. This quadcopter does come with a micro SD card and card reader, so that's great too, and that's also inside the case. And finally, your charging port if you want to charge this quadcopter via the transmitter's batteries. Let's go over the transmitter real quick before we go into the quadcopter. There's lots of buttons on this little transmitter, so you really need to label these. I wish these would be labeled, but the only way to keep track that I could keep track of is to label them myself. We got headless mode, 1 key return, which are these 2 buttons here. Headless mode is that one, the top one is 1 key return. We can turn the LED lights on the controller on and off. This has real pretty and bright LED lights on the controller. I don't know why, but it does, and you can turn them off by pressing this button here. This is yaw trim if you want to adjust yaw, and if you want to adjust the rates, you press into the throttle button, or the throttle the throttle stick, I'm sorry. Similarly, if you want to do flips, you press into the pitch roll stick. And finally, to do video and photos, you long press or short press this center trim button here. And these 2 trim buttons are actual trim buttons. This would be for roll, and this would be for pitch. Or maybe I'm wrong. This would be for pitch, and this would be for roll. Okay, so it does have trim buttons. The quadcopter itself is a Nano hexacopter with a great big camera on the front. Camera outer lens ring on the front. It's still, looking at it closely though, it is just a pinhole camera in there. So it's advertised 2 megapixel. It has a micro SD card slot on the top side. As you can see there, I got that micro SD card that comes with it is inserted. It also has a battery, but this battery is very hard. Of course, it's got a battery. This battery is very hard to remove because of the power port where you plug in the battery. It seems to block it. You know, it's difficult to get the battery in and out. So using replaceable batteries is possible, but it's going to be difficult with that charging port, or that power port right there where it is. If you know, you can see that, folks. But and again, it's one of these newer. Well, these have been around for a while, but not used, other than I believe the Blade Nano QX used these type of ports for the battery. But that's about it. Okay, I think we are ready to fly. I am going to plug in this quadcopter and fire it up, or this hexacopter, I'm sorry. You know, I have a hard time switching from quadcopter to hexacopters to airplanes. You hear that in a lot of my videos. Keeping track, what am I flying today? Okay, and to turn on the transmitter on-off button, I did not go over that. Oh, it's on the back, I remember now. There it is. Transmitter is on, binding it to the hexacopter. And I want to start video, and I believe to start video you got to do a long press. Let's find out. And you get blinking blue lights to tell you you are recording video. Actually, since we're in the grass, I'm going to take off from my hand. Let's give it some throttle, and away we go. Okay, we are in low rate right now. We'll go up high. Low rate seems like high rate to me. It's very, very effective yaw on it. Let's put it that way. Now that camera is pointed forward. So with that in mind, I don't have to worry too much about seeing the ground. I'm hoping I'm not worrying too much about seeing the ground. But again, this thing here has a lot of yaw on it for a small hexacopter. Let's see if I can change the rates. Well, the yaw increases even more. Look at that. See what I mean? The yaw seems to stay the same. What's changed is the pitch. Going back to beginner. The problem with that is I got some wind today here, and with this high yaw, it's really hard to keep track of orientation on this unless you've got some experience with these, because all the sides look the same on this, and it's really difficult to see this little quadcopter or hexacopter when it gets out distant, and you're maintaining orientation just by movement alone here. Okay, let's try the flips. Let's bring it in closer and do some flips. Okay, it'll flip. And doing some more of that. We are still recording video, I believe. Let me check that. Find out if we are recording video. Remember, the blue lights on it blink, so we'll bring it overhead. See if those blue lights are still blinking. Yes, they are. One more time to show us the video. Then I'm going to turn off the camera. Going up high. Now, being a Nano, and being that we got a little bit of a wind here, it's a little skittish today. That's to be expected with the wind. But it can easily fly in the wind. It's just that keeping orientation on this hexacopter is difficult. Okay, there's the range. I'm saying the range on this is, well, I was flying farther than that. I'm hoping that was the range. And we got more flight time. We'll find out here shortly. I'm going to turn off the video camera when we get up to it. Are we still recording? Okay, holding down the button and video camera's off. So that obviously was just, we flew out of range of the transmitter at about 30 meters. Let's send it back up again. Okay, the remainder of the flight we'll do some acrobatics. We'll go to higher rate. Again, I need to keep this thing close because you lose orientation on this real easily at distance. Okay, we're intermediate. Here's the funnels. Intermediate, expert. Nothing spectacular. Going back to beginner rate. Again, the yaw rates. Well, the yaw rates do increase, but not much. Yeah. No more. Oh, we still got flip power. Okay, let's get some thumbnails before we lose battery power on this. See this big controller in my hand? Very big controller on this thing. Very bright lights on the bottom, but you can't see them unless it's directly overhead. Unless the hex is directly overhead, you can't see those lights. And again, it is a little bit skittish, but there we go. Range about 30 meters. Can be recharged in the field, like I said. I would recommend, though, instead of using these AA batteries from this charger, get yourself a power bank if you want to recharge in the field. Those are much more faster than using controller AA batteries. Power bank's got a lot more milliampere hour. And they're cheap. No reason not to have a power bank. Okay, it's getting sluggish now, so we can say that's our flight time. So again, this is the first flight of the FQ777 126 Spider, and it says Spider on the side. Let me get a thumbnail of it. Can you see those LED lights on this controller? They're all lit up very well. Hope you enjoyed this flight. It's Quadcopter 101, signing out.